to Fox 47 News. We've got Dustin Bonk here with our weather check. Now, Dustin, it was snowing a little bit this afternoon. Can you tell us, is it going to stick around?
It's still coming down a little bit in some spots around mid-Michigan, but it is wrapping up. So, Thanksgiving Day, I know Wednesday is the big travel day for a lot of people, and maybe some folks today do a little bit of driving. It's not going to be such a big deal. Now, I'm thinking ahead to Black Friday shoppers because we do have more snow in tomorrow's forecast, accumulating snowfall, and I know everybody gets running errands, they got the day off. We'll talk about that. So first off, local radar now, just some light snowfall, and it is weakening as we continue into the overnight hours. We have picked up very little of this actual accumulation around mid-Michigan. Meanwhile, Grand Rapids area, I saw some reports excess of 5 to even 8 inches around the shoreline. You can see some of the darker blues out there. We're actually even seeing a couple breaks in the clouds around mid-Michigan. But our temperatures, they're certainly cooling down. Low 20s for most of us, already down to 17 in Ithaca, 21 Lansing, 20 in Jackson. We'll be down into the teens into the overnight underneath this brisk northwest wind, bringing in more and more of that cold air. And of course, the cold air is what's helping to fuel a lot of our lake effect snowfall as it travels over our relatively warm Great Lakes. Not warm, relatively warm, that's the key word there. Now we are in kind of the cold spot, the coldest air right on the other side of Lake Michigan in northern Upper Peninsula and northern Wisconsin. That'll hold around for about another day until the warm air off west arrives in time for the weekend. Now around the nation, there's only a couple spots of activity. To be honest, a lot of the country saw a very pleasant Thanksgiving. Meanwhile, closer to home, we got our snow around the entire Great Lakes region, some scattered snow to our south, but I'm looking right over here off to our west, Minnesota, Iowa. That stretch of light snowfall, that's going to arrive here by about tomorrow afternoon. That's what's going to give us some accumulating snowfall tomorrow. In our future track, we got clouds tonight and maybe a few more lingering snowflakes, but it will be weakening and diminishing as we get into the overnight hours. So Friday morning, I don't anticipate much of any snowfall. In fact, probably no snowfall until after about 1 to 3 p.m. That window, you see it becoming a bit more widespread across mid-Michigan, and there'll be greater amounts off west with some lake enhancement. Now, further west, you already see the warm front getting closer, and we will warm up Friday night into Saturday. Now look at this. Yeah, green and pink. Pink is that wintry mix that right at that sweet spot of temperatures where it's not quite snow, it's not quite rain. We got this influx of warmer air coming in for the weekend. Thankfully, this will likely be in the overnight hours. We'll actually warm up into the overnight from 20s to low 30s to 40s by Saturday afternoon. So that tricky spot with that rain and snow mix will probably be when most of us are sleeping anyway. So Saturday and into the rest of the weekend, temperatures and conditions not going to be bad. Dry weekend ahead. As for our snowfall accumulations, here's what we can expect over the course of Friday. About ½ inch to about 1½ inches. Now there might be greater amounts further towards Lake Michigan. Now this is about a 12-hour total from Friday afternoon through Friday evening before it wraps up Saturday morning. Not a lot of snowfall, but certainly enough to cause for a couple of slippery roads out there. Like I said, I know there's a lot of people driving and running errands, doing some shopping. Just take your time on those roads if we get that snowfall in the afternoon. As for our temperatures, tonight, cooling down low to mid-teens, but it gets right back up into a whopping balmy low 20s tomorrow afternoon. Now, tomorrow's temperatures are tricky. We'll be about low to mid-20s in the afternoon for an afternoon high, but our high temperatures will likely be much later in the evening as we continue to warm up and get to above freezing by early pre-sunrise Saturday. Warmest into the 40s Saturday and Sunday, could even approach 50 for Sunday's forecast, but it drops right back down for the early parts of next week. Your low tonight about 14, your snowfall will be ending, and your forecast tomorrow about 26, the afternoon high. And our 1-800-Hanson's Kid, 9-year-old Vanica from Lansing, about ½ inch to 1½ inch of snowfall tomorrow. In your 7-day forecast, snowy Friday and warmer weekend ahead, so whatever snow we get's just going to melt right away anyways. And then by Monday through to next week, some warmer spots, some colder spots. We have an up and down roller coaster of a situation. Not quite as cold as it has been the last couple of weeks. I mean, November has been a below average month. The start of December looking a little bit more typical for December.
Yeah, so we should grab onto that sunshine while we still can. Right?
And we might see a few peaks of it over parts of next week, yeah.
Okay, well, thanks so much, Dustin.